Okay guys, Original Gamer here, and I'm doing a couple videos with Gimmick puppets. Um, these guys, I really like the artwork with them. I just like the creepy, puppets or whatever. But the deck I'm doing the pure with like the rank up. I guess like there's a mock and a variant of it that I haven't tried yet. But as of now, this deck is pretty bad, honestly. Uh, this would just be for fun. Like, if you're ever going to run a deck, this would just be for fun, honestly. You'd really not want to take it to a big event ever. Um, I'm just going to go ahead with the videos. I may do real life deck profile here shortly. I'm only missing like a card, and I guess I could just do it regardless. Basically, what you want to do with the deck is OTK as fast as possible, basically. You want to get your OTK set up before your opponent can do anything. And that's why you stick so much draw power in it, but even with all the draw power you have in the deck, you get horribly inconsistent hands. The deck really needs a searcher. Like if they had like a card like Susan or Bujinti, you know what I'm talking about. You summon it, it'd be a level 8, maybe 24, 3000 attack, like, strings. Detach a material, and you can either send a Gimmick puppet to the graveyard or add it to your hand. It would be amazing. But they don't have that, and because of that, the deck is horribly inconsistent. It can put a ridiculous amount of damage on the board extremely fast. But it could deal 8,000 damage like no other if it has the hand for it, which just doesn't happen often enough to make it good. It makes me sad because I really like the art type, mostly because of, the art. Some of my favorite art in the game, even though Konami had to destroy some of the art that we got over here in the TCG. Like, it's not the same as the OCG artwork. If you guys haven't seen Dreary Doll as art, the difference between OCG and the TCG, I'd look that up. He didn't know he couldn't target my CXYZ Ultimate Trainer here, so he had to target his own monster, and whenever he figured that out, he just quit. As you can see, like from that video, I run a whole bunch of draw cards. Triple Upstart, triple Reckless, some trade-ins. The deck is just filled with draw cards, and the draw cards themselves add inconsistencies to the deck. But you have to run them, or else the deck doesn't perform good enough. I don't see a lot of people running Max Season in the deck. I decided to try it because I absolutely, honestly despise Reckless Greed, so I was just trying to find different ways to run the deck without it. But I just always seem to go back to Reckless Greed because nothing's as good as it, honestly. Look how much cards I drew, and I still can't do anything with that hand. Like, I had to actually fill up my hand so I could discard, get rid of Dreary Doll out of my hand so that I could actually use it. Oh, that and Shadow Feeler. That many cards you draw and you still can't do anything. That just shows you, like I said, I like the deck, but it is bad. I hardly ever get to go for Dark Strings because it's usually never worth it. CXYZ Ultimate Trader is usually what I go for, because it is just such a good card. Like, you can't be targeted, you get to draw a card. If it's a monster, it burns your opponent for 800. Great card. If you're running a rank up deck and you can squeeze this guy in there somehow, I would definitely recommend it. This card is awesome. I lost tons of matches with this deck before. I got a couple at least decent videos. I can tell you that I misplay a couple of times on a lot of these videos. It's only because I just started this deck basically. Like, I started it back way before Dreary Doll and that stuff was even like announced to be released at all. Like we had no idea when it was coming out. And you know, I was interested in it. I made a mock and a variant, but then they came out with this, and then like I just love the OCG names like Serial Killer and the artwork. Dreary Doll looks like she's in a coffin, her eyes bleeding or whatever. Just creepy things like that. I just like it. But you know, they changed all the names and the artwork, of course, whenever they threw it over here. But I mean, the deck's, you know, it's a fun deck. I mean, I really enjoy playing it. I don't really care that I lose all the time with it. I just, whenever I do get that win in, you just feel all the more, you know, better for getting the win with the deck. You just draw, and hope to God to get your combo pieces in the graveyard. The Machine Dupe's amazing with Dreary Doll. There's that CXYZ Coach Lord Ultimate Trainer again. That card is just so good. And that's like what, that's 46 damage I can do with just one monster. That's just ridiculous. Like Upstart Goblin really is like the life points you give your opponent through is just no issue at all. I seen that you basically only control a monster most of the time. I could see a deck maybe running Kaiser Coliseum maybe. I mean, you start out with 2 monsters, but you make 1 beast stick, and usually it's the only beast stick that stays on the field. And skill drain doesn't even really hurt the deck that bad. Most of the stuff special summoned from your hand or the graveyard. The only things that really stops is like Scissor Hand and Humpty Dumpty or Shadow Feelers can't be killed by, you know, battle effects. You know, and of course Dark Strings and stuff like that. But usually the monsters that you can make are such big beast sticks, like you basically win without the effects if skill drain's on the field. I was also thinking about making skill drain in here. You could even turn off skill drain, you know, with trap stun, which this deck needs, because this deck fails very, very badly to back row. This deck just does not like playing against anything that runs back row at all. That's why you run the 2 or 3 trap stuns. I think I run double MST too in some of the builds. Every build that you're seeing here, I've tried this is just me testing a whole bunch of different things to see what works. Here's me trying Card D, I think instead. No, I'm running Card D with Reckless Greed here. I was kind of trying Card D without it. I'm running like 2 Scarecrows and stuff just so I could end my turn without getting OTK'd. Hopefully get my combo pieces and then dark, you know, strings and giving them the tokens, and then dark strings and nuke their field and deal damage. But it just never works out the way I want it to. And this deck feels pretty hard to Evil Swarms. I mean, you got a little mini rank 4 engine, but it's I've played against the dark Evil Swarm deck with this, and Ophion just really shuts the deck down hard. That's why I main breakthrough skills to get around that. Of course, you're going to have to dedicate a good bit of space to that matchup in your extra deck if you do decide to play this. And you are definitely, and if you know that you're going to go up against the Evil Swarm deck, you should definitely be prepared for that. But you can't put up a fight, like I said. There's a little mini rank 4 engine. You start with Humpty Dumpty and Machine Dupe. You can make you know, rank 4s out the wazoo. Later on, you can get Junk Puppet and, you know, normal summon your Scissor Arms or whatever, and then Junk Puppet back out your Humpty Dumpty for another rank 4 play later if that's how you want to do it. I mean, you can do rank 4s in this deck pretty easily, but not good enough to keep up with the Evil Swarm matchups. Most of your big plays involve rank 8. And the amount of hand advantage you waste for almost nothing in this deck is sickening, actually, practically. So it's another big thing. The fact that you can revive Dreary Doll that way is amazing. The only setback to Dreary Doll is the fact that you have to make a Gimmick puppet XYZ whenever you use her for an XYZ summon. If she was just for any generic rank 8, this deck would instantly become a step up from where it is. That condition is awful, but considering that Gimmick puppet ranks, XYZs are not that great. Most of your plays that revolve around dropping their Chaos Succeed monster on top of the normal one, and even they aren't that great, honestly. I mean, the one can nuke the field. I mean, that's fantastic, and it does damage. They both, do burn damage, but I mean, they're so susceptible to everything, like Solemn Warning, Bottomless, Compulse, Effect Veiler mostly, like, Fiendish Chain, all the stuff that people run just stops it. Like, that's why you have to run the trap stuns. Hopefully it's basically your win button. You need a trap stun, and you need a way to make a rank 8, and a Argent Chaos, rank up magic card, and you basically need all 3 of those in your hand. And if you get all 3 of those in your hand, you're pretty set. Like, if you can activate Trap Stun with no problems, drop your 8, nuke their field, burn them, and attack. That's what, 30. That's 33 attack direct. And let's say they got a 2,000 or more. That's almost all their life points right there. I mean, you could even squeeze in limiter removal, and then that would double Darkstring's attack to 66. And all you need to do is burn them with 1,400 to get the game. I have mixed results with limiter removal. I mean, it's only a one of, but I could see where it would definitely be good in helping win the game. You basically just use it if you're going to win. And it's basically what this deck does, is hope to win, basically. It's almost like a YOLO deck. You just draw through your entire deck, hope to get your combo pieces, and then once you do, you YOLO it. I mean, that's basically how the deck runs. I like it, but I'm just letting everyone know that it probably isn't something that you'd want to use for anything competitive. I mean, this is something if you're going to your locals or whatever, you can definitely play it at locals. I just would never take it to a regional or anything like that. You'd probably want to run something a little bit more competitive. Like I said, guys, I'll probably do real life deck profile and explain it a little bit more, like card choices and such. But that's it for the videos. Original Gamers out. Thank you guys for watching.